At the age of 7, a young girl convinced her older brother to run away from home with a singular plan: to travel to the land of Moors and out of love for God, beg them to cut off their heads. Thankfully, this plan never came to pass. Instead, the girl grew up. As a beautiful young lady, she became interested in boys, romance novels, passion, and rebellion, manifestations of her spirited nature as we saw earlier. In an effort to tame her, her father sent her to an Augustinian convent. Although she was initially reluctant, she soon began to enjoy her life there. Later, she joined the Carmelite order. At that time, the Carmelites had fallen into a kind of tepidity, and she initially embraced that lukewarmness. Until the age of 40, the Carmelite nun led a very social life. However, at 40, while returning to the convent, she saw a statue of Jesus being scourged at the pillar, which stirred a profound devotion within her. From that moment on, she dedicated herself to prayer. She then went on to reform the Carmelite order. She established 14 new Discalced Carmelite convents and 2 monastic houses for men. Her life became one of deep prayer filled with numerous mystical experiences. After a full and devoted life, this Carmelite nun died at the age of 67 on October 15, 1582. She was canonized 40 years later in 1622 and declared a doctor of the Church in 1970. Her writings have since become Catholic classics, inspiring both Christians and non-Christians alike even centuries later. Yesterday, the Church celebrated the feast of this extraordinary saint and mystic, Saint Teresa of Ávila, the Doctor of Prayer. The city of Ávila gathered at the Cathedral of the Savior to honor their patron saint, Saint Teresa of Jesus. After the Holy Mass, a procession carrying her statue wound through the streets of the city. Government officials, devotees, and tourists alike joined in celebrating the feast of this fiery and cheerful saint who once prayed, "May God protect me from gloomy saints."